Welcome to my views and news. Zemene Kassie, Fano commander, spoke today after his release from prison. His first message for you. What did he say? I have been raising questions about mysterious circumstances in which he was released from prison. What did he say outside his house, addressing hundreds of people, including armed Fano fighters who escorted him to his house, where he spoke? Details for you. Secondly, a rally in western zone of Tigray today. People say don't call it western Tigray. What should I call it? It does not mean I support the zone to be part of Tigray. I just report the zone was part of Tigray before the war. So that's why I call it Western Tigray. Rally was held. I reported that in a previous video. Now, Tigrayan news sources are claiming that they're making claims about who attended today's rally, today's protest in Dansha. And lastly, Isaias Afwerki Eritrean president is back home after completing 4-day official visit of Russia. What did he achieve there? Zemene Kassie, Information Minister of Eritrea, spoke about the agenda of the visit. What was discussed? What is Zemene saying? Do we have any clear information? What was discussed and agreed between the two leaders, Putin and Isaias Afwerki? Firstly, viewers, Zemene Kassie was released this morning from Sabatamit prison in Bahirdar. He was escorted by dozens of Fano fighters to his residence. There, he addressed his supporters. Hundreds gathered there to listen to Zemene Kassie. Armed Fano fighters were protecting him there. Zemene Kassie, in his address, claimed that Amharas are encircled. He said, if in the past Amhara was encircled from 4 directions, now Amharas are encircled from 10 directions. From all sides, Amharas are being pressurized and encircled. So these times require work. All Amharas should unite and they should work. Men, women should not sit at home. They should come out. This is fight for existence, for survival. He said he's happy, he's out of prison, but he would be happy if he achieves his objectives. And he said, I am ready for this struggle. Now, question is, why would Amhara regional government, Ethiopian federal government, allow a Fano commander to mobilize, organize people in Gojam, in Bahirdar? People welcomed him. We're seeing that in all Amhara zones, Fano commanders, Fano fighters are hiding. They're in hiding. They're not carrying out any public rallies, protests, etc. They are fighting in forests, mountains. They carry out hit and run attacks. So why is that Zemene Kassie is being allowed to talk to his supporters, his armed gunmen protecting him? He is there to speak. Several news outlets are broadcasting his live speech. Why is this special treatment for Zemene Kassie? Something is fishy. Again, I'm saying something is fishy. Amhara regional government is giving this preferential treatment to Zemene Kassie. There could be some reason behind that. So far, Zemene Kassie says he is ready to fight. What will happen now? He tried to reorganize his Fano faction in Gojam. He did not make a mention of Skandar Naga. He did not make a mention of Amhara Popular Front. So what are his next plans? People say Sajid, Zemene Kassie would work as a general, you can say, though he's not a general obviously, and Skandar would lead. all Amhara Fano groups. I doubt that. I don't see Zemene Kassie working under Skandar Naga. Ethiopian National Defense Force has been deployed in thousands in Amhara region. Purpose of deployment is to capture top Fano commanders. But one Fano commander is being allowed to address the people, to mobilize the people. Why? Of course, there is some plan, government's plan behind the release of Zemene Kassie that we'll see in coming days. Obviously, this is day one. He's not expected to make big announcements. So, whatever he has been told to do, he'll do in coming days and weeks. So far, I won't make more speculations. I read a detailed video on his release a few hours ago. I watched a video showing Zemene Kassie addressing people outside his residence. Hundreds can be seen welcoming Zemene Kassie there.
እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን። እንግዲህ አብርሃም አምላክ የይስሐቅ አምላክ ክብሩ ለሱ ይሁን። የድንግል ማርያም ልጅ ለዘላለም የተከበረ ይሁን። ስሙ ለዘላለም የተመሰገነ ይሁን።
Secondly, the protest was held in Amhara, Sagade, Volkai today in Dansha. A rally was taken out by Amhara residents. They demanded that budget should be released for this area, that no criminals, guests will be allowed to return to the area. They opposed the return of Tigray and IDPs, it means, and they said that identity of this area is Amhara, this area is part of Amhara. I did a video on that this morning. Now, Tigrayan news sources are claiming that the rally, today's rally in Dansha was attended by people from Gondar. They claim 40 vehicles carrying people arrived in Dansha and they took part in today's rally. That those who were participants were not all locals of the area but outside of the brought. We saw similar accusations when we saw a rally in Lamata a few weeks ago. Back then, if you remember, Tigray government officially claimed that people from Raya Kobo were brought to protest in Alamata. Same is happening now, but today's rally definitely a message for Ethiopian federal government, Tigray regional government, that the interim government put in place in Volkai Amhara Sagade is opposing the return of IDPs to this area, and they don't want any decision to be made without consultations. They say area is part of Amhara. So issue is basically unresolved, we can say that. And lastly, viewers, Isaias Afwerki Eritrean president is back home, returned from Russia, 4-day official visit. What happened there? Any statement, any detail of agreements? No one knows. He has visited 4 countries so far: Kenya, Saudi Arabia, China, Russia. What was agreed, signed? No one knows what happened in the last 4 visits. But Zemene Information Minister of Eritrea, said today that the visit focused on bilateral ties and multilateralism in international relations. So this ambiguous statement with difficult words and terminologies have been issued by Zemene. He is known for such terminology, but basically no details. What was agreed? No one knows. At least Eritrean people they have right to know. What are Isaias Afwerki visit for? What is his agenda? What did he get from visiting Russia? Did he achieve anything for Eritrean people from visiting China, Russia? No one knows. So everything is shrouded in mystery. But as I said 2 days ago, that this visit focused on international relations. Isaias was there maybe to show solidarity with Russia. We might see some new agreements about security cooperation, about establishment of a Russian base in Eritrea, and maybe some agreements about the growing, how to count the growing influence of US and Western countries in Eritrean neighborhood, especially in Ethiopia. In Sudan, we're seeing that US is imposing sanctions, but in Ethiopia, US is gradually expanding its influence. So in coming weeks, we'll see details. So far, nothing shared by Eritrean government or Russian government. Thank you for watching.